What's up, chatters? It's the Shitty Chatty, aka Chitter Chatter. Make sure to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Let's chat.
You say it like that?
Let me stop. You know what, chatters? Latruth just out here living his best life, letting them little four curls of hairs in the front blow in the wind. And he did 2 interviews this week. And you would think that this man just slandered her to no end because it caused so much commotion. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this man just letting his little hairs blow. I'm not understanding the commotion and the chaos with this because in the videos, like we were talking before, they don't really seem to degrade or defame. He still hasn't mentioned her family, father, brother, anything of the sort. And I don't understand for the life of me why that's not being taken into consideration, especially when there's been so many really, really career-ending, damaging even statements and comments that have been put out, So it goes to a point where it's like, when can someone speak, or when should someone speak, or why is someone not able to speak on a situation that actually involves them? As I said time and time again, these are the parties that have more right than anyone to speak on particular situations. And for it really doesn't. It doesn't make sense at all. Oh my goodness, how did that get there? Oh my goodness. Anyway, especially when there's been like so many strong accusations put online when it comes to like being in danger or fearful or alluding to someone putting a hit out on you, or really, really incriminating statements. It's so hard not to speak up for yourself, because things like this can put him in danger and jeopardy. So certain things, if you want to throw shade, or little things like that, but when it gets to a point where you're stating that someone is literally trying to harm you and you are inciting a panic to your fans with saying I'm safe and in a safe place, that's a whole nother charge, first of all, and a really, really serious matter. So I think it comes a point where like emotions should be removed and we should really watch what we post, especially because you don't want to incite panics and things of that nature, because it's just ugly out here, child, let me tell you. So Toya has found herself in the crossfire as well. And you know what, y'all? I love gardening. I love gardening because when you plant seeds, they grow. That's why I love gardening so much. But one thing that I wanted to know and what I inquired about, like when it comes to this situation with Louis Prada Gucci, I always wondered if she was the one that initiated contact, because normally what happens with stalking, people stalk, influencers or celebrities or things of that nature. So if this was a party that literally started a group and reached out to, the celebrities or influencers associated with that, that would be that they initiated contact. So when it comes to stalking, that can easily be reversed, especially if a party does have a large influence, things of that nature. If people reach out to like their family and friends, it could be that they are the ones stalking due to that, celebrity status or influencer status. That's just something I was thinking about, but back to gardening, because like I said, I love gardening and I love planting my little seeds. But and I refused to post it because it was just so ugly. But I remember this post that included a minor, honey, a minor. And there was some strong accusations about this minor and really having something happen to her that was really traumatic that I really won't even mention. But it was so damaging to me because I thought, oh my goodness, this girl is probably in therapy right now because she probably sees this, she's probably reading, this person talk about something traumatic that happened to her. And I'm sure Toya probably had to come out of pocket and spend all that, money with therapy for what, someone actually put out there regarding a minor. That's just crazy to me, right, y'all? I just think that's so crazy. So I'm going to keep her uplifted with that, because the charge itself, looking at it, that can easily be debunked, honey. That can easily be debunked, just saying. So now, if y'all remember, Jaffe, shout out to Jaffe, the full video is on his platform. I don't want to steal credit, but if you remember, Jaffe interviewed someone by the name of 20 Mil. Do you remember him, y'all? He was the artist, they had this little rap video out, and they did this video, and it was a little bit of controversy. Now, my chatters always keep me honest, so if my memory serves me correctly, in the interview, he was, I don't know, wasn't as forthcoming and even modest, came to like appear as a friend. Shout out to the cousin. She's certainly on the bus. Thank you for sending me these messages. But he seemed to be really modest and not that forthcoming and, somewhat still of a friend. But when you look and his comments on the video, some are extremely old, but there's some that are recent as of to 4 weeks ago, in which he's still commenting, on the situation. And some of it is just like, well, what do you have to say here? Do you need to chat, sir? Is it something you need to get off your chest? Because, I don't know, seems that way to me. But y'all look at these comments and tell me, how do you feel about that? But I said all of this to say, at the end of the day, y'all know, I know this has been blown out of proportion. And the double standard is, I could only imagine the uproar, the complete uproar, if Latruth was in a relationship and the woman posted photos of the child they shared together on her platform. If the woman and the baby girl was going out to get their nails done, I can only imagine the uproar if this man was in a full-blown relationship on social media. And it's just such a double standard. Her relationship is applauded and celebrated, yay. But the moment, and even still, the moment if he ever does find love again, he's going to be judged and scrutinized for that. That's just really, really, I don't know, such a double standard there. But, a lot of people don't see things my way, and I don't see things a lot of people's way, and that's just going to be life at the end of the day. But guess what? Abuse happens in men and women. No one is exempt. No one is completely innocent in this situation. However, the media, her platforms, her groups, etc., have been extremely brutal when it comes to making their point that they don't necessarily approve of him. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, especially with recent charges and people now getting in trouble criminally for these situations, is it worth it to go that far? Stating your opinion, of course, creating a video, of course, having a little chatter, but is it worth it to go that far to the point where it's now slanderous? Is it worth it to go to the point into which now you can be held accountable? Is it worth it? And that's especially regarding the wife. Is it worth it? Is getting your emotion out and proving your point to the court of public opinion this strong, into which you yourself will jeopardize your own platform and get yourself into more legal litigation? Because that's where it's headed. Something to think about. As always, draw your own conclusions. Stay true to your opinions. Later, chatters.